Everyone, Temporal here, and for this session, we are reviewing a Silver BAP. I know we had some trouble with this one earlier. I expect it to work this time, but that's probably me just jinxing it. If you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a like, consider subscribing. If you'd like to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. See what races look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff.
4, 3, 2.
So, here we go.
Round 1.
We're coming out on the BAP. You have a Sigma Diva Hanzo soldier. Okay, works. Practice weaving, I see. Yeah, there's definitely been some weaving practice here. You pop up, do a little bit of scouting, see what you can see. Looking for your shot. You should flick down here rather than go for the second left click tap. You should flick down and hit the right click on your soldier. I'm not super worried about it. You do, but you're super late to hit it. And that's your diva, not your soldier, because you're late to hit it. He's moving. He has sprint. Okay, I don't actually like you rotating up here. I don't know why you're rotating up here. Like, yes, you have the Sigma shield, which is helping you rotate, but why rotate at all? Why not just chill here? I mean, you might say, oh, because there's a Sombra, but we don't know that there's a Sombra. Well, we might know a Sombra exists, but A, we're not that vulnerable to a Sombra, and B, we can peek from here, we can peek from here. We really are just in better spot as opposed to I'm gonna rotate like this. Why? I don't want to be here. Your cover is a Sigma shield that breaks, and then what? You're gonna put yourself up here or up here? These are worse positions than playing from here or here. So I'd have preferred you not rotate there, but no big. You were using your teammates as cover. They're very temporary cover. They're very unreliable. Infinite health walls are better.
Got you good.
Yeah, no, they're actual body. That's a good thing to do as BAP. It's easier to shoot through them and then right click. I get that. That's fine. I'd have just preferred to go, hey, I can literally play from here unless the Hanzo starts shooting at me. Like that's fine. And you have the Hanzo, they don't. So what do you know? This is good. Okay. You know, it's a shift. It's a shift. Your whole team is weak. You're getting 3 people with the shift heal. I'm like not even gonna hate on it here. It should be a right click instead, but I'm not even gonna hate on it. Now I'm gonna hate on it. Shift, right click, lamp? Do we still need a lamp? Do we really still need a lamp? We don't still need a lamp.
The objective is now.
Yeah. I love how everyone is like the shift is bad, and it wasn't a good shift. It wasn't like a good shift, and I'm like trying to let it go, and you're like lamp, and it's like what are you doing? What are you doing? Just give him the right click. Exactly. Okay. So that happens. She doesn't have EMP yet. I'm not remotely worried about her, and I'm perfectly worried to hop up here and take some offensive shots. They're not going to expect you to be up here. It'll take the crosshairs a moment to adjust. You can hop up here, double tap. You might be afraid to hop up here and double tap, maybe because you could hop up here and double tap right now. Maybe you're afraid because you don't have your shift, but like you hop up here, you double tap, you look for some work, you drop, you weave from here again, you hop back up here. There's more we can do. Sure. You're not contributing enough. I mean, go. That's definitely a bad shift. No way. Sure, pressure, we'll take it. Flick right for your soldier. Can't help him. You'd have saved that diva with your lamp. I'm not kidding. You'd have saved that diva if you had your lamp and you didn't need your lamp earlier. You can't stay here. I really hope you're not staying here.
That's her?
Okay, just cycle out, rotate out. Why are you rotating? Why are you running around in circles? If you're rotating this way, rotate yourself over to here and then shoot in and deal with it. Don't just run around in circles hoping they don't hit you. Now it's harder for you to flank because you don't have shift. Right.
Get in here. Is it hot in here or is it just me?
No, she's not shifting on cooldown. She's shifting when other people have taken damage.
Activating the barrier.
As she said in chat, she's treating it like Brig packs, which it's not. Okay. Okay. Sure. That's not really what I wanted to do here. They're prepared for you to do that. Like, popping up here was one thing. Like, hey, I'm popping up here when my team is sort of distracting. I'm a little less of a fan of popping up here, especially with such a high jump. With a shallower jump, I'd have been okay with it. But this is a big jump that I don't want you to get shot by their BAP, their Anna, that sort of thing. Fortunately, they don't have much poke, so you're okay, but this could be dicey. Against a better team. I know this is silver. Okay.
I'm at fighting condition.
Advance with me.
Good.
You or me, sister?
Jumping is not safety. Jumping is not safety. I know it feels like it is, but... You might be forced to land. She's not any good. You're not. Your DPS support mind is already screaming flank widow. I mean, flank window. Got it. Yeah, I'm looking for the window as well. Go help D.Va. Go help D.Va. There's your shift. Fine.
You or me, sister?
Why are we reloading? Why are we reloading? This happened. Your shift is appropriate to help yourself. You're going to finish off the sim. You should immediately turn. You know that you left behind, you ignored what was going on over here to help what was going on over here, but you knew when you left to do so that both of them called for attention. Like, here you are. This still calls for attention. There's a sim wall through the fight. There's an Orisa fighting. Like, this calls for some of your attention. It's just not immediate, so you're going and dealing with this. But you knew that this was like, this would be like Anna if you looked away from the main fight for 3 shots. You don't then get to reload. You have to check on the main fight, the Reinhardt, the Winston, whatever, that you didn't pay attention to while you supported your Genji or shot your Pharah that was fighting an Echo for a second. Like, you went, let me shoot my Echo there, Pharah, my Echo, and then let me pivot back and look at my Reinhardt and hope he's not dead. That sort of thing. Like, that needed to happen here, but you just were like, yeah, whatever. Now turn and look. Turn and look. Turn and look.
You or me?
Okay. Yeah, this should definitely, like, there's definitely window opportunities here. This happens. You just reloaded. Can we please window? Can we please window? 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 Window from right here? Like, your team got into a little bit of trouble. I get that you're up, but your team got into a little bit of trouble. We wanted to window that back. Shift? Shift? Shift?
You're fully healed. You're fully healed.
I guess you could reload. While reloading, can you crouch for me? Crouch, 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 jump. And then boom! And then pop yourself up here and literally just farm stuff from here. You're not placing a window anymore. Walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Excuse me?
Unleash coalescence.
This window that you're maybe thinking about placing is going to get placed right here. This is where it's going to get placed, or right here. I don't care. Let's pretend that you'd walked this whole time. Walk, 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 like Soldier is. Boom. You could be here by now. And if you're here by now, you get to decide, oh, I'm dropping a window and that Pharaoh just dies, full on, and their last team fight gets canceled. Sure, let's do it. was a tab, not Q. You press both at the same time. I see. What are we doing? Why are we so shallow?
My ultimate is ready. Get in position.
So this is happening. You're using coalition. It's fine. I'll go with this window.
How about a little
Not as
extra?
good.
Get in here.
Why? I mean, you're just being scared at this point. She hasn't touched you yet.
Get in here.
Yeah.
Have you considered a different line of work like Newton and
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You're putting out plenty of pressure. Obviously, yes, you can, in theory,
Score.
weave better than you are. You're throwing out some
1-0.
right clicks onto your tanks when they're at full health that, you know, could, in theory, be replaced by left clicks that would be a
Ready
tiny
for
bit
battle.
better. I'm not super worried about that. I'm a little
This is
bit more
now my
worried about your
home,
positioning. You don't
as
like
much as
the...
any other.
you shoot through your team, that's good. You don't necessarily find some of these openings to be above your team, and there's no very little reason not to be above your team against the comp you were playing against. Sim Sombra wasn't exactly scary for you to take high ground against. The lamp was for the full health Moira? Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But
Round
not right.
two.
But
Capture
yeah,
the
I
objective.
understand what you're saying. The sim hadn't ramped up her beam meaningfully at all. Like, it didn't really matter. Where are we going? Where are we going? No, no, go main, go main. Okay. Look back. Look back. Good. Pivot. Yeah. We'll go through this sequence. You're on the right track. This is good. Now you need to check on your team. They're fine. You threw out the right click because you've already pivoted. That's basically pre-healing. That's fine. You're fine on ammo. You jump up. You put out some damage. No problem. You go here. You see that you have the low health Sigma. Fine. We're going to send him a right click. You send him a second right click. I'll deal. You jump up here for this third right click, which I'm actually even going to deal with. You have to hard pivot away now, though. You have to hard pivot and even just shoot at the Rhine shield and then flick back. Your aim does not have to be good. I don't care if your right click, next right click only splashes Sigma. I don't care if your left click is over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Like, I don't care where your left click is, but like, go, hey, I'm locked out of my right click right now. You're locked out of shooting another right click right now. Go shoot over there to the left. And you're not going to realize how long of a delay this is because I paused it, which is going to make it seem like less time. But we're going to do this again. 1, 2. Do you feel that eternity? 1, 2. Do you feel that eternity? 1, 2. I know you went and did APM practice. That should feel, you know, back when you were doing some of that Mercy stuff, etc. That should feel like a long time, and hey, it kind of is. You can just throw damage roughly in the direction of the Reinhardt and then pivot back and throw the next right click on your Sigma.
Barrier won't hold me, my barrier. Get in here.
It's over here. It's over here. Yeah, you know that was aimed wrong. You know that was aimed wrong. Okay. And you thought it was going to get pinned further. Yeah.
The objective is now active.
So you go down. I'm too busy laughing at the lamp here, but let's go back and see what happened here. So here you are. Oh, my favorite moment. There we go.
Barrier won't hold my barrier. Destroyed.
Okay, Pharaoh goes up.
Get in
Lamp over there. You get hit by one. You immediately pop shift. And you're doomed.
Got
The
you.
objective is now
You're too
active.
predictable. You haven't adjusted your crosshair at all. You sent the lamp away so you don't have it to protect yourself. You missed when the Pharaoh popped up over here. She did do it on your screen. Most of this comes down to the lamp being poor. If you send this lamp correctly, you probably adjust faster on turning and looking and fighting them a little bit. But I'm gonna deal and just blame this on the lamp.
Well, it could be worse.
Okay. Okay. No one's capped yet. Sure. What was that? Right click, left click, left click. Are we shooting right clicks at enemy Reinhardt? Okay.
All better. For now.
You didn't have to take that damage. You could have stepped left and dodged that. You should have stepped left and dodged that.
Get into position.
Okay. Throw the right click. No way. No way! Cool. You can put damage on Moira to make her leave. You can try to brute force through Reinhardt. I'm not going to be too picky on that. Now, at this point that Reinhardt's gotten a little further back, it's definitely shoot at Moira, but what it actually is right now is shoot the right click at Sigma. 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 Please let Sigma play the game. We left click when it should have been a right click, and then to top it off, we go with a reload with 6 healing shots left. We weren't forced into this reload by running out of left clicks. We manually reloaded here when our Sigma would very much like to peek this corner harder. That lamp was for the wall. I'm not a believer in these lamps. Yeah, there's some lamp issues for sure.
This is
Are we left clicking? We're left clicking the Wraith form twice now. Oh. Go up. Go. Why are we not up here already? What are you doing? Fine. Right idea. Pivot for him. Popping up, sure. You don't really want to melee weave like that. You don't have any delay on your left click. Look at how quickly you can weave together left clicks. Like, it's not worth the delay that a melee involves. Your aim is good enough that it's not worth, like, oh, let me go like that. Especially because he does a burst and you can drag during the burst. Like, yeah, there will be times where you go for the melee if the melee truly is the final blow, but you better be sure the melee is the final blow. You're full health, you're full health, you're full health, you're full health, you're full health. Widow is missing 22 HP. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Excuse me? I need this to sustain my aggressive playstyle. Don't pop this shift. Sure wish I had my shift now. Right click? Mix a right click in there. Yeah.
You all look like you needed some healing.
Fine. Yeah, create an angle difference. You're good. Fine. Don't care about her. She's fine. There's literally no one on her. Turn around.
Felt good.
Don't know
when
why
I
you're
woke up.
reloading either. Like, this is a long time. This is a long time that you've been caught in duels. You fought a Reinhardt, now you fought a Pharah. What's going on with the rest of your team? I don't care about Widow. I know that Widow, A, can get the health back if she wants it, can get the health back if she wants it. B, it's very unlikely that anyone is on Widow, given that we just dealt with Reinhardt and Pharah. But I have no idea what's going on with the rest of my team. Oh. That's not great. But if I throw a right click at Sigma and then double tap Reaper, there's a decent chance that Reaper wraiths and that maybe Sigma can get out of this. Huh, okay. You're reloading with 10 heal shots and 15 offensive shots rather than checking on the fight?
Felt good.
And
when I
then you're
woke
not
up in the
checking on the
morning.
fight, you're checking on your Widow to be like, I gotta get every bit of healing charge. As a BAP, as an Ana, you don't get to be like, let me just look away from the fight for 15 seconds and trust everything is fine. Tanks, especially at these levels, are going to assume that they have a somewhat constant stream of healing. You can only look away for like 3 to 4 shots, and the truth is you're 3 to 4 shots worth of time. Not 3 to 4 total shots, but the amount of time it would take to fire like 3 to 4 shots. And every time you do even that, you're chancing their life. It's worth it sometimes to chance their life, and I don't mind that you just fought out this Pharah and this Reinhardt. That was appropriate to do so. But now you're going to lose your Sigma. And now you're going to lose the point? Yeah, unfortunate.
That's better.
You can use your second ult lamp if you need it. Yeah, the window would be pretty good. We've had it for a while. Huh, this is interesting. Are we going to window now?
Get in here.
Regen up.
Get in here.
So just shift. Just shift. You have an orb passing right by your head. You have an orb passing right by your head. You have your shift available.
Get in here.
The hog's not going to hook you. I want my lamp back.
Regen
I would
up.
like my lamp back.
Light them up.
I don't need this. Just to get Roadhog?
I'm on fire.
That Roadhog was dead one way or the other.
Get in here.
Regen up.
Let's pretend we don't window here. I don't think this Roadhog's gonna fare much better even if we don't window. And this window's a little hard to get these guys through. I'd probably really prefer to window here, but okay, I'll deal.
I'm on fire.
Your window's now obsolete.
Enemy contact.
But you got an limb, so I'll deal.
Special attack.
Cool. Throw the quick right click. Throw the quick right
coming
click.
after me.
She was savable.
Take your medicine.
Good. Perfectly reasonable exo boot. Take your high ground. Push forward. Push forward. Push forward. Push forward. Shoot. Shoot the shot.
Activating the barrier.
It's fine. You could have waved your shift in there.
Regen up.
Don't know about that reload. I'm a selfish windower. I just drop it when more damage or more healing would be nice. So, I mean, dropping window selfishly to just eliminate someone real quick is a pretty good way to use window. You see the Pharah? You see the Pharah? Okay. I do want a quick look on my team here. I do. I do. No, 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 no. So here we are. This is good. Totally fine. You can start charging this. I want to do a flick while charging this to see how my team is doing. Do I want to send a right click over on Sigma? Maybe I do. Do I want to send a right click on Soldier? Maybe I do. It's just a quick flick because I need to, like, this is downtime that I'm charging my boots in early. If Pharah presses shift, I'll be able to hear it and I'll instantly react and flick back. But she's not going to quietly get up here to where she can hit me. So I'm going to check on my team while charging these boots. Yo, Bap! What's going on over there? How you doing? Now, you're getting... How shall I handle this? This is working because you have a Moira on your team. But what if this Moira was Brick? What if this Moira was Lucio? And you're going, but Temporal, it's not. So I'm playing this way because I have the Moira. Okay, maybe that's okay. But you're That didn't save your Sigma in this fight. This map would be over if it had. So like, you know, there's some level of when you're playing BAP, when you're playing Ana, when you're playing Moira, you have to go, hey, I do need to just weave quick checks in on my team, even if I'm doing something pretty darn high value elsewhere. Like, you just have to.
Felt good when I woke up in the morning. Someone has to keep you alive.
You don't need that shift. Shoot at the Reaper. Shoot at the Reaper. Shoot at the off-angled target. Good. Fine.
My barrier.
It wasn't actually necessary, but it's a trained reaction. Sure, heal your Moira.
Double kill.
There's an appropriate shift.
No
And
one
that should
can
be
hide
basically
from
it.
my
Push up, push up, push further forward, push further forward, push further forward, push further forward.
No one.
can hide from my sight.
You push up here. I don't care. You'll be fine. You push up here. Your team will push with you because they're lemmings. You quickly are able to charge your lamp off of pushing up here, off of finding a little bit of damage from your silver opponents that are coming out one at a time. And then they sort of realize, oh, we're coming out one out at a time. You drop lamp, you get window, you get 1 to 2 eliminations, and you end the map. W, press W. This would be a good defensive hold spot if you'd lost a bunch of teammates. This would be appropriate. You'd go, hey, we're going to hold here. We're going to hold here. If we were in a situation where we won the fight, but only a couple of us are alive. 5 of you were alive. 5 of you are alive. You're fine. You're totally fine to do a forward hold. You also almost have window, and window will decimate these people on the way back. Forward hold. Forward hold when you have a bunch of you alive and you have time like this. When the fight ends much more closely, you do this, you know, more point hold, more high ground hold, we'll call. Your team is rotating forward. You should be up there with them. You should. I know above and behind is right. Like, above and behind is correct standard BAP positioning, but look at where these opponents are. Look at how easy it would be to get your window off of this and then just deny them a touch.
Kill them.
Get in here.
Uh-huh.
Let them up.
Poor Orisa. Oh, look, Orisa's at half health. Cool. Maybe throw a right click? That's a left click. That's a left click that forces your reload. It could have been a double strength right click, but it's a left click that forces your reload. It's people do M1 teammates and M2 enemies sometimes on BAP, even at very high level games. But yes, it is funny.
What?
Are you actually going to let them flip this? Not win this fight? Like, this fight should have been a clean closeout. Based on you being at 90% ult charge going into it and having 5 teammates up from the previous. Okay. Okay. You're good. You're going for weaving. Yes, as a check-in, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're weaving appropriately. This weaving will continue to carry you at least a few hundred more SR. That's fine. We look at issues that you're going to run into in terms of places you're going to run into problems. Your weapon play will carry you quite a bit further. Your lamps are pretty bad. Your lamps are pretty bad. You're not correctly predicting where Reinhardt pins are going to go. You're going at, oh, I hear Blossom, so I throw my lamp out when the Blossom actually isn't really that close to your team at all. You're throwing, you're lamping yourself when you aren't in real danger. Like, you're going to have to work on your judgment with lamps. It takes practice. You just have to work on, I can't tell you you're going too loose with your lamp or too tight holding on to your lamp. I can't tell you which, because at this point your lamp usage just isn't very good. You're also not predicting where it needs to be. So you can mechanically practice your lamp for where to throw it if that's where you're struggling with. You can go turn down the cooldown and then just practice throwing it a bunch of different distances and practice it as flicks, and that's useful. But really it's going to be a judgment question more than a mechanics question from what we've seen so far, I think. And that's going to be hey, you're going to need to look at some of these situations, look at them more critically. I don't want you to get stuck delaying on your lamp too much, because we don't want to work in too long of a delay on an ability that needs to be used quickly. But you're going to have to think harder about your lamps here. Next, we're going to get into Regen Burst. I was willing to let the first one go. I was. They didn't get better. Regen Burst is to heal yourself. If you hold on to it to heal yourself, you'll be able to continue to use this very left-click heavy playstyle. Some of the, hey, we need to work our way. We need to work our way. We want to work our way forward. We want to open sight lines. We want to do those things. You have to have your Regen Burst for that. You really don't want to use your Regen Burst that much to heal your team. If you're using Regen Burst to heal your team, it should basically be because you're rotating together and they happen to take damage when you took damage when you were rotating together. It's really not the greatest tool. I know some people will advocate for using it to heal teammates that are in different directions, or, oh, it's too much damage, but the 75 total health that this adds over time is going to be enough for them to avoid it, when if I didn't, they would have died. No, that's really not very much of a thing. The health per second is not significant on it. It's very rarely making the difference from burst damage coming in. Your Regen Burst is not to go, I'm going to Regen Burst so I can keep left clicking. Like, if you want to get a right click in, that's fine. Just weave the right click in 2 shots in a shot, whatever you want there. You're going to find that when you're trying to go duel these Pharahs, duel these other things, if you're using your Regen Burst to heal your friendly Widow, to heal your friendly Sigma, that you then have to start playing more defensively against people that you can't mechanically outclass as hard as you're mechanically outclassing some of this lobby. So, in order to keep playing how you want to with your weapon play, which is doing most of your work right now, your Regen Bursts have to get better. And then what we're going to do is we are going to say, I know everyone's expecting me to talk about Windows, and Windows would certainly be reasonable, but really what we actually need to do is you can't look away from the main fight for more than 4 seconds. Like, you can't go, hey, I've looked away from the main fight for 4 seconds. If you look away from the main fight for 4 seconds, it has to be because you're defending yourself, because there's a Tracer on you, a Sombra on you, a Wrecking Ball on you. That's totally fine. Do what you have to. If you have to look away for 15 seconds while you're actively fighting a Tracer the whole time, so be it. But if you're doing anything else, if you're getting offensive value, if you're trying to finish someone off, if you're trying to do whatever, even if that Pharah is down to, one-shot territory, if you have already shot at her 4 times, you do need to pivot back and check on, you just have to pivot back and check on at least your main tank in those situations. If you're playing with a Wrecking Ball, I suppose you don't, but you usually wouldn't be playing with a Wrecking Ball here. You're gonna need to check on your tank, at least your Reinhardt, Winston, probably your tank line, after you've tried to fight somewhere else for 3 to 4 seconds. You have to at least put them back on your screen for a moment. You really do. It's part of playing BAP, Ana, Moira, that sort of thing. It's how they work. Especially if you're not in comms, which I expect you're not, because you're not going to be able to say can't see you, that sort of thing. So like you really do have to accept that like Reinhardt doesn't get to play his hero if BAP goes off on 6-second missions elsewhere. And if Reinhardt doesn't know when BAP is going to do that, which is the norm, then Reinhardt really can't play his hero. And that doesn't just apply to Reinhardt. The same thing applies to Winston. Like these guys, there's an expectation. It can make sense to go, I'm not going to heal you for 3 shots because I want to double tap the fair and hit my Genji once. Or, hey, I need to shoot the Tracer and shoot the Cassidy and put a heal shot into my Mercy and then pivot back. And I missed my Mercy, so we'll take 1 more shot and good. Now that's 4 shots and I better pivot back and do that. Like you can do some of that stuff, but you can't just totally ignore the main team fight to win on the flanks. Like DPS can ignore the main team fight to win on the flanks. That's totally fine. But part of Flex Support's job is to go, yes, I'll contribute some on the flanks, but I'm not going to let this main battle go. Like that is one of the Flex Support skills that you've been able to ignore a little harder as Mercy. You're not going to be able to as BAP. Okay. So those are going to be the things that I want you to work on. Okay, so let's go through here and really in that order. Lamp is harder. You could work on Regen Burst first. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's catch up, see if you have questions, see if other people have questions. Simic says, bad lamps, bad shifts, bad windows. I can't fit windows in here. These are more important. But yes, I would have liked more pressing up to use these windows. Moira's a mage, or the closest to one. I mean, Moira, maybe. I'm just waiting for Temporal to say BAP isn't the hero for you. Go back to playing no skill E-Girl Mercy. I'm not going to say that. Your weapon play is going to work on this hero, and it's going to leave you less frustrated that your weapon play works on this hero. So I hope you're enjoying playing BAP. It will work. There are things you're going to have to do, and I hope you don't massively overcorrect like you massively overcorrect when you were playing Anna when I told you something to work on. I hope you don't go, no, I have to be super 100% sure that this lamp is going to work, and then, you throw your lamp out 3 seconds after they're dead. And I hope you don't go, I took 1 shot and I'm immediately staring at my Reinhardt again in the back to see what's going on. Like, I hope you don't overcorrect on some of this stuff. But no, this hero will work. If enemies are diving you as BAP, do you play closer or further from your team? If enemies are diving you as BAP, why didn't you pre-poke them so that they couldn't? Why didn't you go, oh, hey, Tracer, you're going to try to dive me from over there. Let me put some pre-damage on you so that you can't dive. I'm literally delaying the dive by doing that. Like, that is the right answer. Now, yes, you can go, I'm going to walk closer to my team, and my team is going to be able to peel from me more effectively. But the reality is, that's like going, hey, we'll have stronger auras, we'll have Reinhardt swing, we'll have D.Va defense matrix. Like, some of the short-range peel is stronger than some of the long-range peel in this game for certain compositions. So that can make sense. But that's the sort of thing where you do that once they've already enclosed you. Like, oh, they've already pushed their way to there. Let me start working my own. Oh, they've already worked their way behind me. Let me start pushing my way in. But my preference would be to not let them in the first place. And when a dive team is still far away, we can still be spread out. Our poke is actually better if we're spread out, but then we're maybe going to shrink in a little bit as they start to get closer, as they start to get more staged, because we've effectively failed at the first line of defense, and the second line of defense is a little bit more, we're going to peel for each other. And if we have short range peel tools, we're potentially going to peel by stacking. So if I have Reinhardt, Cassidy, Brig, those are all have short range peel tools. On the other hand, if we have Orisa, Sigma, then we're better off peeling for each other by instead being in separate places where we're just 100% counting on not letting them stage on each other. And when they dive my Zen buddy who's over behind the Orisa and I'm behind my Sigma, well, I'll throw my lamp over there to try to help him, but I don't need to go walk closer to him. Walking closer to him isn't protecting him. I mean, I can walk into their back, but like I didn't need to preemptively walk into them to all stack us together. That just made their staging easier. So that answer is more complicated than you might think there, Mercedes. Your mechanics are good enough right now. Their shots are a lot easier in low ranks. People just move a lot more predictably, for sure. Ability ult usage is rough, though. Correct. Anything beyond mechanics is awful. Maybe 76 is a better choice. I mean, 76 will have judgment calls to make too. 76, when do you go work your way up the flank to go do things? Should I give up on BAP and pick something else? No, you don't need to. I mean, you can play whichever hero you want. We'll help get you better at any hero that you want to play. But BAP is fine, and you're going to be less frustrated about not being able to, about the lack of control over the outcome. You know, Mercy has less control over the outcome of a game than BAP does. That's just kind of reality. If you're losing on BAP, you know, if you're losing on Mercy, well, yeah, you're losing on Mercy, and you could have had more impact on the game for sure. But like BAP, you have more direct, more active influence, and I think you're going to like that. But we'll have to see. Zen is the right answer. Zen would make sense. I mean, I like Zen a lot. You like Zen a lot, blah. Semitic likes Zen a lot, but I think BAP is perfectly fine for this. BAP is number 2 on best support carry list. Number 1 is Zen. Zen is number 1. Yeah, we're all on the same page there. Yeah. Zen is pretty great, but how do I put this? Sometimes in the level of game that Val is in, if she just locks Zen and the other person locks Lucio or Mercy, her team is going to tilt and soft throw. That's basically never going to happen if she's just insta-locking BAP. Whereas there is some level of, hey, her team might just soft throw if they get Zen plus, you know, not BAP, Moira, Anna. No, Zen just orbs out, then she can DPS away and look at her team. Yeah, I mean, that would work to a degree because, yes, you do have a little bit more ability on Zen to go. You'll notice Zen was not in the list of heroes that I demanded check back on the main fight every 3 seconds or so. Zen isn't really on that list quite the same way, though you do want it, these kind of as a timer with, oh, your Harmony Orb fell off. You got to get that back out there, but it usually goes to flankers. But there still is, you know, Zen, of course, is going to be squishier, and you still do have, okay, how are you using your abilities? But yeah, ability usage, you could say it's simpler until you get into the right-click versus left-click thing. Her team will tilt and soft throw as opposed to her throwing? Yes, yes. How you know I insta-lock back at BAP? I don't. Temporal installed spyware on RPC? Maybe. That'd be a full of irony. It really would. Okay, I think that's going to do it. I think we've covered what we needed to here. If people have final questions, you can throw them up there. If you're enjoying the content, please drop a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. I don't think I've got anything else planned Semitic stream-wise today. This one took enough headaches of fixing things, etc. Losing the sound as my mic clearly wasn't muted was an annoying one to finish things off as the last problem there before we had to get in there and, okay, what's going on? But we'll see. I might start prepping another video. I might start, you know, sort of going, hey, what's the next topic gonna be? That sort of thing. But I don't think I have any other Overwatch streams today. Maybe I'll just go, hey, let's stream something else chill, but I don't know that I can commit to that right now. Okay. That's gonna do it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Temporal out.